Oh, how are we, lads?
Oi.
Hey!
Here we go.
Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Nick from Australia Late Night Footy Show, episode number 12, I believe, tonight. Hope you guys are doing well on this Saturday night. It is currently 10:47 p.m. Tonight I am joined by usual guest. I have got Sam Revel in the house and NRL Vid 090. I'll start with you, Sam. How are you, mate? And how good have the finals been?
Sensational. Thank you for having me again, Nick. Hello, chat. Hello, Lorenzo. Congratulations on last night, old bloke. Can't wait to get stuck into it tonight.
Lorenzo, Pro Enzo Vids. I always get your fucking NRL Vids mixed up. I don't know why. Maybe it's like an addiction. But, mate, how are you this evening, Lorenzo? You must be in a good mood after last night.
Oh, yeah, Victoria, yeah. No, I'm really happy about last night. Obviously, you know, it's a real change from last week, that's for sure. But no, it was a good night, actually, I thought. Good game of footy. So, yeah, I'm keen to rip in, actually.
Well, we've got a bit to talk about tonight. Obviously, the Manly Warringah Seagulls are through to the preliminary final. They'll be taking on the Rabbitohs next Friday night. And the Eels just got over the Panthers in a low-scoring, absolute classic. A lot of people are upset about the Eels and Panthers game, but I think at the end of the day, they just need to understand that we witnessed a great game of football when I think the better side won on the night. It was a great game of footy. I really, really enjoyed tonight's game. I think it's probably the best game of the final series so far. I thought Penrith and South was very good last week, and I thought the Eels and Knights game was good, but tonight's game, I think, outplays all of them, to be honest. Just saying hello to the chat. Hope you guys are all well. The chat's going absolutely berserk. We've got a few people jumping in here tonight. I believe Jimmy Miller will be here at about 11 o'clock, the Mad Gold Coast fan. Paddy G is supposed to be making an appearance at some stage tonight, so I think he'll be here at some point. And there might be a few others in line. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. I've got a few messages from people today, so, you know, all you got to do, if you want to jump on the show, all you have to do is jump onto Instagram and send me a private direct message, and I will send you the link on StreamYard, and you can come on here tonight. I can just see in the chat as we speak. I can't pronounce your name. I think it's Wiley or Whale Zen. I can't pronounce your name, bro. But if you want to jump on, mate, send me a private message on Instagram, and I should be able to get you on at some stage as well. If you want to jump on, just send me a message on Instagram. It's not that difficult. But yeah, the chat's going absolutely berserk. Chat's going berserk. All right, let's talk about it. The game that just happened, Penrith versus Parramatta. I'll start with you, Sam. What do you think of the game tonight?
Game of the year. Absolutely unreal. I predicted that these two clubs would dig the shoulders into one another, and they did. Wasn't anticipating the scoreline to be so low. People might look at that in the near future and think that was a dour old affair. Nah, that was game of the year in my opinion. Sensational stuff.
Game of the year. So you reckon that game was better than the round 3 game when Penrith played Melbourne?
Yeah, just a bit more right. Well, not bit. There was a lot more riding on tonight's game, I reckon.
Yeah, that's true. No, good point. Lorenzo, what do you think of tonight's game? Do you think what do you think about the game, bro?
Look, I actually agree with Sam, first of all. Game of the year for sure. I think it was a fantastic game. I loved every bit of it. You know, just the hits, the contact, just how the game was, you know, the physicality, just everything was just so good. It was a typical good, you know, low-scoring defensive sort of gritty game. I enjoyed it. It was that's what finals footy is all about, and that's a typical and proper rugby league game. So I loved it. I thought it was a class game for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it was a great game of footy. Game of the year, I don't know if I can say game of the year. I think you've got to go through all the great games and put them in a list. It's hard to say because it only finished an hour ago, so it's hard to really say it was game of the year, but I think it's definitely going to be in the top 5 games of the year, without a doubt. Great game of footy, I got to say. Full credit to both teams. My hat is off to them. My glass of Coke is off to them. It was a great game of footy. I enjoyed it. A lot of people are having a whinge. I want to talk about that in a second. Let's get into it because I'm gonna explode. I think I'm gonna explode. Right. Were the Eels robbed tonight? Now, there's been a lot of bullshit going on social media, and I've got a very strong opinion on this. Sam, were the Eels robbed tonight?
No. I think they had. They didn't have the rub of the green. I think there was a call or two that didn't go their way, but ultimately they were their own demise in the end. Ferguson, Ray Stone, unfortunately. It's another second week exit for the Parramatta Eels.
Lorenzo, were the Eels robbed tonight?
No, they weren't. It was their fault at the end, like Sam said. If they held the ball, if they executed their opportunities properly, they probably would have had a better chance to actually win the game. But that's why you have to hold the ball and don't take your opportunities for granted, because that's what unfortunately it just didn't work out for Parramatta in the end. But I got to say credit to Parramatta for actually making the game a really good one. So yeah,
absolutely.
Full credit to both sides. Great game of footy. Right. I'm going to unleash, I think. I'm about to explode. Literally about to explode. Right. Let me explain something to everyone out there who watches the great game of rugby league. Let me give you a little bit of a short history lesson, because everyone out there seems to be a fucking hypocrite. Last week, I had a whinge about Newcastle getting fucked over by Parramatta at the end with the Clint Gutherson dodgy knock-on. Now, tonight, there's a lot of bullshit about, Murat, who was it? Will Smith, high tackle on Liam Martin. It should be a penalty. It should not be a penalty. High tackle, not a high tackle. How do you think the Knights fans feel now how do you think they feel? How do you think the Newcastle Knights fans feel after last week? They were beaten by a dodgy decision last week. Tonight, Parramatta claim they were dudded. Well, here's the thing, Parramatta fans, the ones that want to have a big cry about it, you need to shut the fuck up. They had more than enough opportunities to win tonight. They had a penalty go against them in the 39th minute. That was a bit of a controversial call. Now, here's the thing. They had a whole second half to score a point. They could have went for a 2-point field goal. They had plenty of opportunities to score a fucking try. They had opportunities to go for a penalty goal. Unfortunately, they didn't get many penalties. They had more than enough chances to win tonight. So to anyone out there that thinks that Parramatta were robbed, seriously, shut your fucking mouth. Do you know the rules of rugby league? Do you know how the game works? Seriously, take a good look at yourselves in the mirror. Tonight, they were beaten by the better team. They made a lot of dumb, stupid mistakes. They were their own worst enemy. They shot themselves in the foot. And look, Mitchell Moses had a very strong game. But here's the thing. It's going to be a negative thing, and I don't want to be negative. When the game was on the line, where was Mitchell Moses? Where was he? I didn't fucking see him.
Where was he?
Ray Stone was throwing the ball to fucking Junior Paulo. What the fuck was the go with that? That wasn't the right play at all. They had plenty of opportunities to win the game tonight. Don't blame a fucking decision that happened in the 39th minute. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? 39th minute, and people say, it kills the momentum. It kicked the goal, and they went into half-time. They went into the fucking dressing shed, and they had a 15-minute break. They would have been fresh for the second half. They might be a bit sore, but it's a semi-final. So, seriously, it's ridiculous. All this Rob bullshit, it's an absolute disgrace. And I think Parramatta tonight, they lost the game because of dumb mistakes and poor discipline for Morata Niokore and a few others. So, anyone who thinks they were robbed, you're watching a different game, because how many chances did Parramatta have tonight? They had about 5 or 6 sets in a row where they got goal line dropouts and they blew it.
Yeah.
So, robbed my fucking ass. The Panthers' defense is what got them home. Nathan Cleary's kicking game. Isaiah Yeo around the ruck was outstanding. Api Coruscant was dangerous all night. The Panthers deserved the win. The defense was better. There was dodgy calls on both sides. Yeah, Penrith may have had to rubble the green a little bit tonight, but they defended their ass off. They deserved to win. Parramatta on the other end, they blew it.
In that first half, Penrith, I think, were dudded a try. I think Mitchell Moses made a defensive decision to go for the defensive, the decoy player, and I think Penrith were. I think that should have been a try, not a penalty for an offside player for Parramatta, or whatever the case it was. So yeah, tick for tack, and yes, I completely agree with you, mate. I think you've hit the nail right through the bloody wood.
How many times this year have we seen players catch the ball on the outside shoulder and a try was given? I mean, let's be honest here. If you go back and watch that no try in the first half to Jerome Luai, Mitchell Moses was never, ever going to get there. I mean, let's be honest. He was never going to get there.
Nope.
But the rule, it's so black and white. It's so confusing. It's just a mess. But honestly, the fact that Parramatta people reckon they're robbed, it's just ridiculous. It really is. It's ridiculous. But I guess the question is now, lads, does Brad Arthur keep his job?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one, eh? Because that's
another second-round exit for Brad Arthur.
Yeah, that's 3 consecutive years now of going out in the semi-finals. I will say during the summer, the pressure will be on Arthur. The pressure will be on. I'm sure the board or whoever will have discussions about it if they want to terminate Arthur's contract or something. But yeah, that's tough, isn't it? Because I feel like that it is coming to a real end of Arthur pretty much. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I have a few issues with the Eels next year. Brad Arthur's in a lot of trouble, but I think tonight's game proves that he probably deserves to keep his job because of how gutsy they were. Yeah, they lost the game, but I'm worried about it for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. So off the top of my head, because I don't follow Eels, Blake Ferguson will not be there next year. So I think that brings in a man named Sean Russell to take the place of Blake Ferguson, and he had an okay couple of games earlier. But no, Brad Arthur should keep his job for next year. Yes, the heat will be on, and if halfway through the year they've only won 3 or 4 games, well then, yeah, that will be the end of it. They made the top. They made the semi-finals, top 6. They were in the top 4 for a lot of the year. I think he's earned the right to coach them again next season. And who knows, this could be that massive loss that they learn from and evolve from next year, because that was a hell of a gutsy display. And I think it was Andrew Voss, or maybe it was a Fox League commentator, that said that's probably the best semi-final performance, win or lose, from the Parramatta Eels in a number of years. And I tend to agree with that sentiment.
But the question is as well, how many years can Parramatta continue to go out in the second week and there'd be no, repercussions about it? I mean, I don't know, man. And Blake Ferguson getting replaced for Sean Russell, I don't like that. I thought Ferguson had a really good game tonight. I thought he played really well. But
they did.
Oh, that brings up a thorn in my side. Am I allowed to go ahead, Nick? I think players after the game, not during the game, I think players who stage need to be fined at least $3,000, because Blake Ferguson rose from the dead. He looked like he copped a finger to the arsehole the way he got up. He got up extra quick, that bloke. So I think players who stage should be fined a couple of $1,000.
Mate, it's like watching those old fucking WWE shows where the Undertaker just rises up and he goes, "You what, cunt?" and he just charges.
Yeah.
I was watching it, and he goes down and he goes back. I'm like, oh fuck, it's the Undertaker. Look out! Run for your life, you little cunts. These are all.
So you reckon he should? So you reckon if next year they do come in and say staging will be fined, you reckon he should have been fined?
Yeah, but you've got to constitute what is staging as well. You've got to get it right with the rules, because how many times
hard to get inside the players' minds.
Yeah, I think if you're injured and you stay down and you get back up and you keep playing, then you might be in trouble. But if you get back up and you go off, then maybe that's fair enough. But it's one of those ones. But National Sports Cider is getting really offensive in the chat tonight. Hey, National Sports Cider, if you obviously you're watching the show, mate, what's your opinion on the Eels tonight? Obviously, he reckons our robbed. I've seen a few of his comments. I want to know what your opinion is. But before we get into it, I want to get Paddy G on here first. I think he's ready. He's first one in the queue. He'll be pumped about Manly. But let's get him on here.
Boys.
Paddy G, how you going, brother?
I'm all right, bro. Is my mic all right? Is it too loud?
Nah, it's actually pretty good, actually.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, boys, I'm just trying to figure out where Tommy Turbo is going to put his premiership ring on in 2 weeks' time. or 9 days' time. Do you reckon he's not married yet? Did you stick it on the wedding finger, or do you reckon you got the rude finger for a bit of a flex? I'm trying to think. I know Tez like the other middle finger because he's already got one, like Mitchell Moses.
Hey, Paddy, I reckon that bloke's got too much class. I think he'll just keep it inside a box and he'll just hang it up on his trophy case or whatever, mate, because, he's all class, Tommy Turbo, that's for sure. And just quickly, isn't it refreshing for Lorenzo to actually have a Manly backup in his corner? It's always been 2 Cowboys on 1 Manly Sea Eagle, and now he's got some backup in the form of Paddy G now. Hey,
exactly.
It's a tag team match. It's a tag team match.
We're the best duo. We represent the Northern Beaches better than anyone. It's us and the Lloyd brothers. It's between us and me and Lorenzo for the best Manly Seagulls duo on the planet.
There's nothing better. Just a quick shout out in the chat to Golden Anime for the $5 super chat. He said, "Hey Nick, I messaged you on Instagram for the link to the show." Yeah, bro, I just did it then. So I'll get you on later on. Paddy, mate, fucking how good Manly? How good was that the other night?
Honestly, expected it. Bit disappointing in the second half. I thought we could have gone for the half century, but
I agree.
Take our best players off, notably Lachlan Croker. We haven't won a game without him this year, so we had to take him off.
Is that true?
Yeah, he's only missed one game.
Damn.
And we got smashed. So, look, I'm not saying he's the best hooker of all time, but Cameron Smith is shaking his boots.
He's better than fucking Matt Bowen.
Crying. But look, happy with the first half from the boys. Look, it was a quiet game. Obviously, next week we're going to pump the Rabbitohs. CJ Moxley will be crying for the next week after that. And then we'll go into Sunday after Melbourne and Penrith bash each other up. And look, I'm not saying it's going to be another 40-0 because I reckon we'll win by 50. But look, Premiership's coming, boys. Premiership's coming.
Hope so.
It's not arrogance, it's confidence.
You know how fucking angry I got last night when Turbo got taken up because I had big money on him for a hat trick?
Oh, mate, I'll get you on the blower to Desi. He can refund you.
Fucking Des.
See Des in the press conference too? Oh,
yeah,
I love my Desi, but he was throwing shade at poor old Jake Duke.
Yeah, poor Jake Duke.
Young Fox reporter just asking a simple question, praising him, and Des has gone, mate, shut up.
Yeah, Des was getting shitty. He's like, I don't want to fucking be here. I want to go home. Poor Des. Yeah, Tommy Turbo was paying about $12 for a hat trick. I had about $25 on it. And when he scored a double, I'm like, holy fuck, there's still 50 minutes to go. But then Manly kept scoring. I'm going, fuck, they're going to take him off. And then I was watching the game on Channel 9, and they was like, would you take Tom off? And I'm like, don't fucking say it. And then I took him off and going, you fucking kidding me? I was hoping the Roosters would score a couple late tries and like, okay, get Tom back on now just to make sure of it. But Roosters had no chance. They were gone.
I'll raise a question here, boys, since, we'll get the blood flowing. We'll get our bodies pumping. Dally M night, 2 nights now. What do we think?
I don't like it.
Neither do
There's
I.
not enough award.
It's all about the TV.
No, from what I understand, is that tomorrow night is just a bit of a history lesson for an hour and a half, and then the awards actually aren't given out until the week after. I'm confused about it too, mate. I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
I don't like it either. It's apparently till the community awards tomorrow, and then we actually get the Dally M Team of the Year, and they do like nominations. So they're going to do the 5 players who are going to up for the Dally M. Like, I think they're just trying to copy the NBA essentially, really.
Yeah, probably. I think I've been saying this for a very long time now. The Dally M should always be the week before the final series. Have it once round 25 ends, then you have it on the Sunday, or you have it on the Monday night. That way, you get it out of the way. There's no bullshit. You get it out of the way because what I've noticed over the years with the Dally M, if a player's in incredible form and they keep going on and on in the finals and still killing it, but they don't win Dally M, people have the shits because everyone forgets that the Dally M goes for 25 rounds. It doesn't go for the into the finals, which I think they should have it week 1, right before the finals start. It would be so much better.
So are you sort of insinuating that, like, if a Dally M play, like, let's say, for example, Turbo gets it, he might get a sort of extra boost, or the whole club would get an extra injection of adrenaline for the finals series? Is that what you're sort of insinuating there, man?
Well, I think the problem is, if, for example, right, say you have 25 rounds all wrapped up. Say Tom is just killing it, and he's obviously going to win the Dally M and whatnot, and say, I don't know, Nathan Cleary's not playing finals or something, and say Nathan Cleary wins Dally M, and the final is not in the finals, but Turbo's killing it in finals. It just sort of kills it. Like, I remember a couple of years ago when Tuivasa-Sheck won the Dally M, a lot of people were pissed off and like, how does he win Dally M? Look at Tedesco and all this. And I'm like, it doesn't count in finals. So
the entire voting system's a joke anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like the 3-2-1, like when you give it to personal opinion, look, I'm not saying Sam Thaiday got it wrong, but remember round 2 when Roosters beat them 50-6 and he gave Dane Laurie a point and Luke Keary
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, stupid.
So that's what we got last year. Jack One got 3 points for a game where he was sin bin twice. And like, I love Jack One, but Nathan Cleary deserved it last year. And I've got a feeling that Cody Walker's going to get it.
Bro, he's going to be very close. Bro, if there's a dark horse for Dally M, Cody Walker's a dark horse.
Because he's played the games. Rabbitohs have the wins. And he was the best player in all those wins. So he's going to be scooping up 3 points, which is a shame because, in my opinion, now that Manly have made the prelim, I think Tom has had the greatest season of all time.
And Cody Walker hasn't missed a game yet, has he?
Don't think, because he didn't play Origin either. Different story, but he didn't play Origin, so we got to play all those games too.
Yep, and I do remember the game against the Cowboys in Origin where him and Reynolds played and they killed us, and he would have got points there. So, yeah,
Sorry,
bro.
Ross.
Cody Walker's definitely the dark horse for the Dally M. Obviously, you're tipping Manly to beat South next week, but who do you think they'll play?
Look, I'll cut it out. Obviously, I expect Manly to win 13 plus with my head as well as my heart. We'll pump them, hopefully, depending on which Tommy shows up and Des. But I actually genuinely think we will win. I thought Panthers. Look, I'm going to stick publicly to Penrith Manly because that was my GF prediction when the final started. But Melbourne just on a different planet. And after Eagles were great tonight defensively, but Penrith too sideways for me. They needed to take the line on a bit more. Nathan Luai's running game was non-existent. I thought their big names didn't stand up. I actually thought Parramatta deserved to win, not because of refereeing, but in the way they played. But it's so hard.
Mate, I've been
it's 80 minutes. Anything can happen.
I've been criticising Jerome Luai since Origin, and tonight was probably the best game he's played in 2 months because his defence tonight was very good. So I would like to see him run the ball a bit more. He is a little bit too sideways, I agree. The Panthers' left edge isn't as good without Brian Toto, but I thought Brett Naden did a really good job for Toto tonight. It was the battle of the halfbacks. I thought Nathan Cleary was outstanding. Like, honestly, I thought he was man of the match. Him and Yo, I thought they were the best on the field, along with Junior Paulo as well. He was very good. But I think they had Campbell Gillard on the bench for too long. Should have come back on earlier.
Yeah, I think so.
Lorenzo, man. Who would you prefer to face? Who do you want to face in the grand final if Manly get through?
Oh, I don't think it really matters actually, because I think both teams are just as good as each other. But I know Storm have obviously been the better team for the majority of the season. But Panthers are nearly, they're really good as well. But if I was to pick one, I'd say Penrith because I'm more likely to beat them than Melbourne. But there's always a third time lucky in there. So if it's Melbourne, we can do it. I reckon.
Oh shit! Oh, Brad Arthur didn't fucking hold back in the press conference. I'm just reading.
No,
what
he was a
said.
very angry man. Very angry man.
I'm gonna read out what he said in case you guys haven't watched it. So I'm just reading it here on Fox. This is what Brad Arthur said. Oh, there's been a bit of complaining over the last couple of weeks, and they got what they want. They got what they were after from the back of whinging. But then we kick down, we make a line break, and out of the backfield, we get down there. Will Panasini gets tackled off the ball. Yep, I remember that one. Mitchell Moses running down there to get chased, then gets tackled in the background off the ball. Oh, shit. Well,
yeah, there was decisions that didn't go Parramatta's way tonight for sure, man. But once again, he's just come off a loss in a semi-final, so he's entitled to be revved up and emotional. But they were in a way their own worst enemy. But again, man, that performance from Parramatta was their best performance since the early rounds of the competition, man. The Parramatta supporters should be proud. They shouldn't be feeling robbed or anything. They should be feeling very, very proud of their club.
they just need to stop whinging. What? They had one cool goal against them in the 39th minute. They had an entire second half to score something, and they didn't score nothing. So they got themselves to blame. They blew it. They had more than enough chances. Didn't they have like 6 sets in a row at one point? They blew it there as well. Nah, robbed my ass.
I feel like we're always, when it's your team, you're always looking for an excuse.
Yeah.
And when you're in the media, you're always looking for a narrative.
Yeah.
So we never get just that this was an amazing game of football. What a game. Both sides played their asses off. Instead, we're getting all of a sudden, I didn't hear the Channel 9 commentators say it. I didn't hear the Fox commentators say it during the game. After the game, all of a sudden, Para were dudded.
That's rubbish, I reckon. Absolute rubbish. They're looking for a headline because it was a low-scoring game, and Peter V'landys wouldn't have liked tonight's game because he loves the attack. He doesn't like the low-scoring games because he reckons they're boring. So Peter V'landys wouldn't have liked tonight.
I think the 6 again rule is amazing, and I've made that clear. Not with the offsides, but with the rucks. But I reckon that added to tonight's game, the 6 again rule, because we got the attack. It was just they couldn't. At the end of the day, I think. Look, you can argue if best attack beats best defense, but I think best defense will always beat the best attack.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw tonight. It was a brilliant game of football.
I think we only got about bloody 5 or 6 again calls anyway.
Yeah, it was a brilliant game of football.
Yeah, it's true.
They just killed each other.
Great
I loved it.
Great game. Paddy, mate, do you think Manly in the off-season, no matter what happens, do you think they will recruit anyone in the off-season, or do you think they'll keep the same roster?
I've been talking a bit too much, so I'll give Lorenzo this one.
All right, go on, Lorenzo. You reckon they'll buy anyone in the off-season?
I mean, apparently Ethan Bullimore from the Broncos is set to join us, so I expect that to be confirmed. Yeah, I expect that to be confirmed fairly soon. There was talk Aaron Woods, might be rumoured, but I hope not, personally. But yeah, I wouldn't change the squad too much, to be honest. Keep it how it is.
What's the story with the bloke that's in trouble with the law, mate? The hooker that's in trouble. Is he going to come back if he's acquitted of the charges, mate?
Yeah, he will. I think. Well, he's been re-signed until 2023, so obviously, Des and the rest of the teams obviously must have faith in him and must be confident that he will get off his charge, because I don't know what other reason they would re-sign him for that long for, So, yeah, I think if he does beat his charge, I think he will play a couple of reserve grade games to get his fitness up, obviously, and I guess ease himself way into the first grade team, I think.
Hey, how fucking good has Dylan Walker been recently?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
Best
See,
Walker
at the start of the year, I was. I'll tell you what. At the start of the year, I was a big fan of Walker. I've always been. Despite all the hate and criticism he's copped over the years, I've always been a fan of him. It's because of his playing ability.
Remember Lorenzo? Remember he bashed his missus?
But wasn't found guilty though. Was he found guilty? No.
I knew I'd get a bite out of that one. I knew I'd get a bite.
Nah, but look, he's been good this year. So I've been impressed.
I think with Manly, we're in a very good position off the field as well as on. We just signed a massive sponsorship deal with PointsBet, which makes us like one of the richest sponsored clubs in the comp. I've worded that poorly, but we've got our entire current best 17 locked up. Obviously, we're trying to move on Marty for some god who knows reason.
Yeah.
Besides Walker, so we've re-signed him. We've got pretty much a 17 on contract. We're pursuing Luke Garner, but the best thing is everyone's on contract another 2023 or in 2024 when the cap's going to continue to go up. But DCE's fat contract is up after 2023. So while we won't re-sign everyone, obviously, Cherry's contract 1.3 million only going to go up with the cap. That comes off. He'll take a pay cut to stay, hopefully. I think he will.
Sure.
He's pretty much a one-club player now. And then we get to re-sign Olakau'atu, Schuster, Garrick, Parker. The only problem is if we want to be competitive, obviously, if we win a comp, let's say this year, make a preliminary final next year, make the finals the year after that, all their value's going to go up. So we're not going to keep everyone. But then we still got Tom and Jake for another 4 or 5 years too. So... And honestly, let's be honest here, Manly's top priority is just keeping Tom healthy.
So by the sounds of things, that you're insinuating that there's a dynasty, another dynasty coming for Manly if they win the
I'm
cup.
not saying we're going to be the Melbourne Storm and win the comp for the next 10 to 15 years. Because we won't cheat our way to do it. We're going to do it right, and we will be a dynasty for the next 20 years. Look, Manly Cowboys, I'm not saying we're going to play each other in about 10 grand finals, but maybe 1 or 2, and then we'll keep going.
And you got your new Centre of Excellence coming next year, mate. And if you do win the cup this year and you get that new Centre of Excellence, with everything that you've just said, Jesus Christ, Nick, that's how you run a club, mate. We should hire some Manly people to come up north.
No, we shouldn't, because they will talk about the Kieran Foran knock on back in 2012. That's what I brag about.
Living in the past.
Every time I talk to a Manly person, they always bring that up.
How good was 2015?
Yeah, how good was that? Nothing better. I think the Cowboys need to get JT back up there and let him do something.
They got to move Tamalolo to prop.
Yeah, get him in the prop. They're fucked at the moment. I don't know what's going on up north. I need something. I don't understand us.
I think Payne's at fault, honestly.
Yeah, I'll blame him too.
Most of this year, I think the Tamalolo situation was handled horribly. He's probably still the best middle forward in the competition. He was playing him on the edge, in the back row, and at lock, and at front row, switching him all year, 50 minutes here and there. You've got Drinkwater, who was a freak when you're on form. Townsend's going to be a great mentor for Dearden's going to be coming off the bench. Reece Robson's a gun at hooker. Hammer's your fullback forever.
Hammer's a
Val Holmes, probably while he's on the huge contract, let him play on the wing. He's better there anyway.
Wing or center, yeah.
You were like, remember when we played and it was 6v7? We dusted you up, unfortunately. But you guys were on fire, like guaranteed to finals, and then
we were in the 8th.
Went.
At halfway mark, we were in 7th spot, 6 and 8. We were going really well. I was like, fuck yeah, finals looking good. And then we changed our halves. But here's the thing. No one talks about it. When Morgan left and retired in round 2, it killed us. And then we had a new halfback. And it was going okay. And then we let him go to Newcastle. We had another halfback. We changed our halfback 1,000 times, which isn't going to help you.
Another pain decision. So I just think, Cal, you're not as far as people seem to think.
We're not as far away.
People think you're guaranteed bottom 2 next year.
No way. Tigers
not that far.
Not that far down.
West Tigers would be filthy if you were that low. They want that spot next year. Don't take it from them. Tigers not screwed by the looks of it.
This might be an unpopular opinion, and I don't think I'll be surprised if many people agree with this. If we keep Jake Clifford, we probably finish around 11 to 8 if we don't change our halves mid-season.
Agreed. I actually agree with that.
We were going really well. Clifford and Drinkwater, they were at first I hated the combination, and then it started to get better over time. But everyone in the queue, I can see are all waiting. I'll get you on very soon, so be patient, lads.
That's all right.
Yeah. Fucking
Nick, man, can I ask just one last question, mate? Not last question. I want to talk about the trainer that stopped play for Penrith. late in that second half. So I think the NRL desperately need to look at the trainers' abilities to stop the play, because the play was 20 metres further downfield to where the Penrith player was injured. I know there's a duty of care, but that trainer was on like that. He knew what he was doing. He wanted to stop the momentum for Parramatta. Don't tell me that he didn't know what he was doing. The NRL need to look at the rules, man, for trainers' ability to stop play in those sort of scenarios. But Mitch Kenny is indeed, and unfortunately, majorly injured as well.
Shouldn't have even been allowed to fucking go off the field at the free interchange. What was that bullshit?
No, so someone put it up, and I'll get the actual. You guys can talk, but I'll get the thing up. But apparently, it was allowed. But you guys keep talking, and I'll bring it up.
Everyone was blowing up. To be honest, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck's this?" Sam, continue, mate.
No, so I know that if somebody goes on report, you do get a free interchange. But I mean, the whole report, the whole card system, interchange system, has been hard to keep up with this year. But yes, from the best of my knowledge, mate, it shouldn't have been a free interchange. But I'm more concerned that the play stopped, that the trainer has the ability to go, nah, hang on, I'm going to stop the play here, when the play was way out of the danger zone. What do you think, Lorenzo, mate?
No, I agree. I think that's a valid point you made there. I was confused about it before. I didn't know what was going on. And what you said there, I agree with, definitely.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I've got no idea how the rule works. It's one of those ones, but yeah.
It's confusing.
I'm going to look like an idiot here, but I can't find it. But I have found something. A Nick from Australia late show exclusive, ladies and gentlemen, via the Daily Telegraph.
What's this?
So take it with a very, very big grain of salt. It's probably all cap, and it looks all cap. Okay. But here we go. In a stunning development, Cameron Munster could link up with Addo Carr at the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs after Phil Gould had secret talks with his player agent Sean Pine. It is understood that Munster will seek a release after the grand final, as the offer from the Belmore-based club is too good to refuse. $1.8 million a year.
Are you sure that's not from the NRL memes, mate?
Probably is, but honestly, that's what Daily Telegraph said.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's a bullshit report. I don't believe it.
Rossfield might be smoking.
I don't believe it one bit. There is no way that will happen. Why would he go from a premiership winning side to the Dogs? Can't see that happening. It'd be weird.
Me neither. I just thought it'd be cool to give you exclusive, really. I thought it was something to put us up with Fox League boys, and I just thought, you know what, I'll put us over a little bit. Buzz Rothfield's probably come out with something outrageous. I thought, screw it, let's just pretend it's happening.
Oh, fucking Buzz Rothfield, he's a fucking asshole.
If that happens, mate, they won't be playing behind a fucking forward pack. They'll be offloading even more bloody bastards to try and keep themselves under the cap. They're already trying to eliminate people enough as it is.
Mate.
I like the Dogs, and I think they're going. There's some good places next year, but fuck me.
Not when you sign Matt Burton, man, and you got Jake Averillo as a plan as well. No way. Munster's more of a chance of going off to the Redcliffe Dolphins, mate, than bloody Bulldogs.
Could you imagine Munster at the Doggies?
Oh, that'd be top 4.
Oh,
easily.
Especially with all the players that they're getting. Fuck.
Where do you think? I think they're going to be between 7 and 11 next year.
I think the Bulldogs have that 11th spot literally written all over them. I just think that they will be fighting for the 8, but I don't know if they have enough depth and quality to get there. I still don't have a hooker. The halves are always a bit, they only have one real genuine 5'8". Ravrillo's been good in the halves, but is he a halfback? Probably not. I think they're another year away, but they're definitely improving.
Who's everyone's, we all know how hyped up the Titans were for this season. Who's everyone's team that they're most looking forward to seeing next season? Not because of their team, but because of the new signings and stuff.
I think the Bulldogs will probably have the most hype, like the Titans did. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Sharks play. I'm really looking forward to the Sharks. I love what they're doing. Love what they're building next year. I love them. I think they're going to be top 8. I reckon they're going to be top 6, Cronulla. Love it. Love what they're doing.
I reckon Broncos. I think Broncos have a lot to look forward to next year. I think if Adam Reynolds being there, they've actually got an actual person who kind of leads by example. Reynolds and that. They've got Stags back in the centers, and no, I think they're looking forward to it. What's the matter, Nick? You don't agree?
Fuck, I don't agree at all. Reynolds, what? One player's going to save the Broncos? Okay. Really?
No, they've signed much better players as well. I mean, not just him. I mean, he's got good young players around him and that. So I think they're in for a good year. That's just my opinion, though.
Are they going to make the 8?
Don't think so, but they'll be outside the bottom 4 at least.
Oh, I was going to say if they make the 8, you're off your head, but you never know. I mean,
not yet.
look at me. I passed the Titans all year, and look, they made the 8. They were lucky to make the 8. They didn't deserve to make the 8, but they did. They got in. They needed 2 teams to lose, and they had to win by a certain margin. So they were lucky to get in there, the Titans.
It's so funny in the grand scheme of things.
They should have won. They should have won.
For 10, 15 rounds, the entire point was who's going to get 7th and 8th spot because the top 6 are locked up. After 1 week of finals, it was the top 6. After 2 weeks of finals, we got the top 4.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing what happens. We get so hyped over just, I guess it is his finals experience and the times where a Paddy Herbert brain explosion away from getting smashed by Manly the week after. But it's not the be all and end all. It is not the be all and end all.
No, exactly.
You definitely got to celebrate the finals though, and we got game of the year tonight, or close to anyway, man. It's been a really good final series so far.
It has. I wish there was an upset. Like, I wish Newcastle had won last week. The Gold Coast even would have been good for them to win. Souths is an upset, but it's not really a big upset. I was hoping that one of the bottom teams would cause an upset, but they both played really well. Titans did well, and Newcastle, well, they were very good as well. They should have won, but they blew it as well. Bit fucked over though. I'm still fuming about that game.
How good is this time of the year?
Oh, it's the best time of the year. Best time of the year.
Oh, it's too good.
It's the best. And I can't wait for the prelim. I mean, the odds are unbelievable. I mean, if you guys are having a punt, Manly $2.10, that's juicy odds. Penrith $2.85. Fuck. I'm getting on these fuckers on the week when I get paid on Wednesday. Definitely getting on. Throw some money on that. I'm not sure what a Manly Panthers grand final is playing, but I'll definitely be backing that. I think I was with you, Paddy. I think I said the same thing going into the finals, Manly Panthers grand final. And when both teams lost week 1, I went, oh, fuck. But it could still happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to back out now because...
Yeah, I'm not backing out now either.
I love it how many people will, because we cop it, because we all put our opinions out there. And, of course, 90% of the time we're right, but then the 10% we're wrong. That's probably not the right number, but we'll stick with it for my integrity. Oh, this aged well. 6 months later. Thanks, bruh. Thanks. Sorry for having an opinion. And they come out and they slam you, but then when they comment on that video back then, you were right, and you go back to them. Yeah, that's right. I mean, completely gone.
I had Canberra for the fucking minor premiership, and how they went.
Look how they went. Win the comp.
This is going to be unpopular, and a lot can change between now and then, but I think Cameron next year, I reckon they've got bottom 4 written all over them.
Yeah, I mean, they've got no genuine halfback, do they? So that's a problem.
I don't know, man. I think the culture there is just toxic. Ricky Stewart's under pressure, even though he's not to blame. There's a lot of people you can blame, but the coach always cops it. But man, I don't know about Cameron next year. Have a lot of question marks.
So at the start of the year, I tipped that I predicted that it would be a Penrith versus Parramatta grand final, and at the start of the final series, I said Penrith versus Manly at the start of the final series. But now, man, I think I might be the one to back out. I think I'm going to tip Melbourne versus Souths. I think that's what we're going to get on grand final day. I think that's what we're going to get.
Now, you've said this now. So when it is a Manly Penrith grand final and me and Nick are going, mate, you were right. No, you were right. You can't sit there and be like, no, I said it too. No.
No.
I'll do that.
You ruined that one.
It's like the click from Thanos. That shit is now dust. It's gone now, man. Agreed. Yeah, agreed. I don't know. I'm just going to go Melbourne Souths now.
It'd be such a shame if that video was all of a sudden privated. I mean, it would just be an absolute shame.
Well, that'd be up to Nick. That would be up to Nick.
As long as Melbourne don't win the comp, I'll be happy.
Yo, anyone but Melbourne.
Yeah.
Anyone but Melbourne.
There needs to be a fucking
Anyone
t-shirt
but
of that.
Melbourne.
Anyone but Melbourne. It needs to be a t-shirt.
How good? Obviously, it won't happen because we're going to beat South next week. But if Benji Marshall retires this year as a premiership winner, Adam Reynolds leaves South as a premiership winner, and they beat like Melbourne after they were dusted by 50 to Penrith. They beat them. They dusted by 50 by Storm, and they beat them in the GF. I mean,
Benji Marshall, immortal. I think Benji Marshall should be an immortal anyway, in my opinion. But I think Benji Marshall would be an immortal if he walked away with a premiership ring, man. That would be unreal.
There's some players where you'd say they deserved it. And I think, unfortunately, I did think Brett and Josh Morris deserved it. I definitely think Cameron Smith deserved it. But after everything Benji's been through, he didn't have the perfect career. There was so much turmoil in it. It'd be such a good way to go, especially after being told in the media that you're probably the club's biggest legend of, that you are not needed for the next year, and you go out in the Prem.
Fucking West Tigers. We don't need you next year, Benji Marshall. We got Luke
Hey,
Brooks
question.
Oh.
Have Manly been beat this year by 50?
No.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No,
because South have conceded 50, yet they're one game away from the grand final.
Yep.
Just realise that.
Yeah.
Their biggest loss, I think their biggest and their worst loss of the season was round 1 for Manly. Yeah.
Against the Roosters, 46-4.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ. That was a long time ago.
How far we've come.
Oh, it's been a long time. Well, Paddy, mate, I might get someone else on here. I can see the queue's starting to get a bit fucking full in here now. But, mate, thanks for jumping on tonight. Much appreciated, bro.
Cheers for having me
Thanks,
on, bro. Cheers, boys. I apologise to
brother.
anyone who has been waiting for me. I'll stay in and I'll talk via the chat. All right. See you, boys.
Thanks,
so
Paddy.
much.
Go to
yeah, man.
Yeah.
There goes Paddy
How
G,
good.
one of the goats.
Absolutely. But no, I can't back out now. I'm actually going to go with Melbourne versus South's grand final, man. Yeah, no.
You're going to be
Very
completely wrong.
disappointing.
Yeah, but what happens if I'm right?
Then you can kiss
Oh, well,
my
you're right,
ass.
you're right. But it's unlikely.
Exactly. Fucking nothing.
No, unlucky. No, it's more unlikely than the other one that Paddy mentioned, Penrith and
You can send
Manly,
me
but we'll see
a
anyway.
case of vodka if you're wrong.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's get I think Golden Anime is the next one in line, so we'll get him on here for a little bit. It's been good, you know. I think the finals have been good this year. I would like to see an upset happen.
Yep.
But unfortunately, we've fucking had to deal with favourites winning all the time. But there will be an upset. I think South's the only one that's been an upset so far. So I guess we'll see what happens in the prelim. But hey, Manly and Penrith would be considered an upset next week, according to the odds. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
But I'm going for both of them at this stage. Anyway, let's get Golden Anime on here real quick.
Hello.
How you going, mate?
Good. I've enjoyed not much. I've really enjoyed this final series so far. We've had some awesome games.
Oh yeah, they've been very good. They've been very, very good, mate. What's your what'd you think of tonight's game?
I thought it was really good. Like, I was surprised how that the Eels turned up and played as well as they did, because, to be honest, I really thought Panthers would flog them like Manly flogged Roosters.
Okay, fair enough. Obviously there was no Brian To'o tonight, but mate, you know, the Panthers were good, but do you think Parramatta deserved to win the game?
Well, sort of. They had their opportunities, but they blew them.
Do you think they were robbed?
No.
No? No, me either. I don't think they were robbed either. Lorenzo, mate, did you think Parramatta were a bit fucked over tonight, or do you think it was fair and square?
Fair and square. Fuck the robbery. Fuck anyone who says that. Because there was no robbery.
Yeah, it's like what? It's like, what game are you watching if you think that?
Oh, God, no, mate. What team do you go for again?
The Broncos.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
It's all right, mate. It's all right. I've dealt with worse. Mate, what do you think about the Broncos next year? Obviously, they bought a lot of great players. Do you think they'll improve next year?
I do, but I don't think they'll be bottom 4.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Why do you think they'll improve?
Well, our second half of the season was much better than our first half. We were improved a lot from the beginning of the season. And we're getting a lot more of experience in Adam Reynolds and Kurt Capewell.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That is a very good point. Sam, what do you think about the Broncos next year, bro?
I think I'd like to see Tyson Gamble partner up with Adam Reynolds instead of Albert Kelly, and
What?
I think that's how I'd go, and I reckon, I don't know how Reynolds and Jake Turpin are going to be as a combination. I think it will definitely take a little while. I think they'll have a good couple of wins to start the season, but it'll take a little while for things to gel, obviously.
Do they have enough for the top 8? Because I've obviously got a great halfback going there, and Reynolds and Staggs will be there, but do they have enough at the hooker position and the fullback? Do they have enough?
Well, I don't know. I think if they did, I think 8 would probably be the best they would do if they did. But
8th position on the ladder, you're saying?
At best, yeah, I think if they did. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm interested to see what the Broncos do next year. Mate, do you have any questions for us tonight?
Yes. First off, well, this is more of a statement than a question, but you might think I'm crazy, but I've got 2 bold predictions.
Go on.
Manly will beat South next week.
Yep.
And Panthers will beat Storm next week.
I am the same, mate. I've tipped the fucking rugby history in the chat. I'm with you, mate. I think the Panthers will win as well, and I think Manly will win. I'm with you, bro. I think that'll be the grand final.
Yeah, and I think Manly will win.
Why do you think that will be the grand final? By the way, I'm just curious.
Well, I just think, Panthers, they've beaten Storm before. They know how to beat the Storm, and everyone forgets Storm have a history of choking in the finals.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. Hey, what other questions do you have for us tonight, bro? Just the queue here is getting very, very big. It's very fucking full tonight. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to know who do you think will be the bottom 4 next year?
Bottom 4?
Yes.
I have no idea. Sam, what do you reckon?
West Tigers might be filling up one of them spots, but mate, it's just too far out to predict what the hell's going to be. Such an unpredictable season next year, but I'm looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tigers are one guaranteed one, but you know we've got a whole off season go through first, so we'll just go by then.
Give me one more team, boys. Bottom 4.
Canberra.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll say
Uh,
Canberra. Why not?
This might be an unpopular one, but I'm going Warriors.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
Warriors. Those poor
Yes.
cunts. Well, it'll be the third year away from Australia, so I don't know what the Warriors are going to do next year, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens with the Warriors. But, mate, thanks for jumping on tonight, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Golden
bro.
Anime.
There goes Golden Anime. It was very good to have him on the show. It takes a lot of guts for to come on the show. A lot of people get camera shy, but good on Golden Anime for coming on the show. Regular History's trying to say the Cowboys. Seriously, don't say that, Dean. Damn it! I don't want to be hearing Cowboys bottom 4. I can't go another year of bottom 4.
That's a trigger right there. Another trigger.
I mean, Golden Anime is Brisbane Broncos supporter, so I don't know if we can take his opinion, you know, because his club's floundering. I don't know if we should take Golden Anime's opinion.
If Cowboys finish bottom 4 next year, I'll probably put my head through a fan or something. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably put my cock inside a fucking elevator at the fucking shopping centre.
No, man.
I don't know. I'll do something really bad. I don't know. Maybe I'll fucking walk down the ramp at the shopping centre and just fall over and fucking claim fucking injury without a wet floor sign being there. Try and sue them for a prank. But yeah, I don't know. All right, let's try and get JC Jimmy Jam. I think he is next on the queue. So we'll get him on. Hello.
Hey, man.
Fuck, we can't hear him.
Audio issues, bro. Audio issues.
No audio.
Your audio is not working, mates.
Can't hear.
I think he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Test. Say something. No,
nothing.
That's a negative.
Nothing.
Join back if you can get your camera fixed.
Exactly.
Someone in the chat says, you hate the Eels now. Hey, how can you say that the Panthers were the better side? Absolute bias. Hey, Ezra Duggan, it's my fucking opinion. I love the Eels. A lot of my
exactly,
mates
man.
go for the,
what?
A lot of my mates go for the Eels. So don't you fucking
bias,
dare.
bro.
Don't you dare come into my chat and call me biased. I am a Cowboy supporter. I don't give a fuck who won tonight out of Eels and Panthers. Call me biased, Ezra, you fucking idiot. Get back to the fucking jungle with the fucking bears, you cunt. Get out of that.
Oh, holy fuck. That's funny.
Fucking hell. Come in here and call me biased. Fuck's sake. Liam, I'll get you on, bro. Let me just send you the fucking the link in a minute, mate. I'll get Johnny in a minute. I'll try to get JC's I'll try to get him on. Hang on. His camera's hang on, I'm trying to get him on. All right. You there, mate?
No, that's a negative, mate.
Mate,
Nothing.
I think his mic it's not connected. It's what it's saying on my end. It says his mic isn't connected.
All right, I've fixed it now.
Oh,
I can hear you. Yes.
There we go.
He's here.
How
you going, brother?
Good.
What's happening?
Just, I don't know, just.
Oh, mate, you're just kicking back. Your team hasn't been playing this week. You're not sweating like Lorenzo was last night. Hey?
Exactly.
How good? What do you reckon about Melbourne Storm's chances next week, man?
They're going to win.
Oh,
Simple
the
enough.
confidence.
Just straight out, they're going to win.
They've gotten the week off. I think you need the week off to make the grade. It's just, in my opinion.
Time
The
will
week
tell.
off just gives you such an advantage, so.
Well, Jimmy, and this is a question for Nick and Lorenzo as well. It seems as if the teams and the players, or certain players, are having this week off, and they're coming out the next week, and they're not really playing to the best of their abilities in a way. That's just what I've seen, mate. What do you think? How do you reckon the players that have had that week off have backed up?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you go first.
Go on, bro. I was too busy fucking doing something.
Go, Lorenzo.
no, I was going to say, obviously having the week off's an advantage and all that, but still, it's a prelim. Anything can happen. Finals is a very unexpected sort of thing. I mean, I expect the unexpected to happen. I mean, seriously, I think Melbourne Souths obviously have the bigger chance, but anything can happen on game day. Seriously, it's that big.
Just a quick shout out to Gold Anime in the chat with another $5 super chat. He says, Nick, my bottom 4 next year is 13th Warriors, 14th Cowboys, 15th Tigers. Cowboys wouldn't spoon. Jesus Christ. You love rubbing that knife into my fucking leg, don't you, Gold Anime? You love sucking the life out of me here and that. But, mate, I really appreciate the $5 super chat. But if you guys want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so. Obviously, PayPal would be the better option. The money goes into my bank account literally straight away. Super chat can take a month. Who knows? But thanks for jumping in. Warriors Phoenix is in the chat saying Warriors will probably be 14. I knew he'd be in the chat saying something. But, Joey, don't need to be going on about Buy My Lighthouse, bro. That's only for people that deserve it. But JC, Jimmy Jam, obviously Melbourne, they're in the box seat, mate, obviously. One win away again from another grand final. They just keep on doing it year after year. I just wish one year they wouldn't be there. But, mate, do you think it comes down to the players or do you think it's on the back of Craig Bellamy?
Obviously Craig Bellamy plays a huge part. I think if we didn't have him, we wouldn't be as good as we are. Hughes wouldn't be as good. No one would be as good. So, yeah, I don't think we would make the grand without him.
Another quick shout out in the chat to Entertain House, a $3 super chat. He says, watch out for the Broncos in 2022. That's all I'm hearing tonight is this Broncos stuff. But I can understand that because they are on the up. There's no doubt about that. But, guys, like I just said, if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so. Just please make sure you use PayPal. Super Chat's also very good. PayPal's better because the money goes in straight away and it's a lot easier. And I can go get a glass of Coke later tonight in lockdown because I probably need more Coke. But feel free to do it via PayPal, lads. Yeah, but as you're saying, Jimmy, mate, Melbourne, Craig Bellamy, he's a genius. He just knows what to do this time of year, and it would be a massive surprise if Melbourne were to get beaten next week. But do you think without Cameron Smith, they may struggle, or do you think they'll be fine?
Well, this season they've done better than last season, so they've won more games. They've played better than last season, so I think they'll still play well, and yeah.
Who would you say is Melbourne's player of the year? There's been a few of them that have been very good, but who would you say has been their best?
Well, obviously Munster's good every season, but Brandon Smith's been really good. But maybe even Nico Hines has played very, very well.
Yes, that's my pick, bro. Nico Hines. I think he's been so consistent, bro. I think he's played so many games at fullback and he was killing it at 5'8". He played fairly well. I think definitely Nico Hines. What about? Are you a fan of Felice Kafusi?
No.
Okay.
I don't like him. He's too overrated. He's not that good.
I can't believe I'm hearing a Melbourne fan hate Kafusi. I just cannot believe
Nick,
it.
we may have found one of the best ones, mate. We may have found one of the better ones.
I
Yeah,
think
very
so.
rare.
I think so, man. I just want to get on my knees and bow down to you at this point for saying that. Unbelievable.
Hey,
He's just
I'll tell you what, he hasn't been the best player, but my personal favourite player is Justin Olam. He is just such a destructive weapon, mate.
He is. He's a weapon, all right. Look at him.
he crunches people, smashes people bigger than him,
Someone just said
crunches-
Jerome Hughes. Yeah, Jerome Hughes will go very close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one. Just look. if Melbourne do beat Penrith next week, fair play to them. Just as long as someone takes out Kafusi, I'll be happy. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. If Melbourne's up 30, 40 nil or whatever, just someone take out Kafusi, please. I'll even pay your fine. I'll even
Just
pay your fine.
Jacob Watson, mate. We can see what you're saying. We get it, bro. You just need to say it once. That's it, bro. That's it, mate.
Who's
Yeah,
this?
exactly.
Jacob Watson in the chat.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably just talking about something. What the fuck? Oh, Joey, don't. He just told Jacob Odson to jump off Bombay Lighthouse. Jesus Christ. Can we not have arguments in the chat? Is Faraz? No, Faraz is not here tonight. I don't believe. I haven't seen him. I don't know what happened to him. I'm not sure if he got. I don't know what happened to Faraz. I haven't seen him. But yeah. Any more questions for us, JC, Jimmy Jam, before we let you off for tonight? Any other questions?
No, I'm good. All right.
Thanks for coming on, bro, and good luck
Thank
to the
you for your
Storm
time,
next
man.
week. Good luck
Yeah,
to the
thank
Storm
you.
next
Yeah,
week.
see you, mate.
Thank
Entertain us
Nice,
in the chat.
man.
Entertain us in the chat says we need jump off by my lighthouse merch. Yeah, probably. I think we do. I think
that
we
would be
do.
cool. You should
I'll tell you
hire
what,
out an
I'll tell you
artist
what.
or something, mate. Yeah, go, Lorenzo.
Go, Lorenzo.
I'll tell you what, have NFA on the back, just have Byron by Lighthouse as one of your quotes. You always, most shows. That'd be sick, I reckon.
It's an idea.
Entertain us says, did I get removed as a mod? Bro, Entertain us, what I did last week when I did the late night show, it might have been 2 weeks ago, one of the mods, I don't know who it was. I think I do know who it is, but I'm not going to accuse them. Someone kicked off BKR and banned him, and I was fucking fuming about it. And I just decided to kick off all the mods. I'm going to go through them again. I'm going to make a new mods, and I'm just going to pick out a certain couple people, but I'm still pretty annoyed about that. But entertain us. I'll make you a mod again. Don't worry, bro. I'll sort it out. But yeah, jump off by my lighthouse t-shirt would be good. Would be very good. Someone tried messaging me the other day saying, "Oh, you went too far on your corner post the other day," and I'm going, "Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can say on my channel?" The corner post has been very popular. Fucking question me. The corner post has always been, a violent show. And I say this in every video. If you don't like it, don't watch. Simple as that. But people just don't.
You got people like Shuey FN, that guy who he's a camera fan. He's goes on about swearing. He's a good example because he's like 12 or 13, and no matter how many times you may repeat that, don't watch if you don't like swearing, he still goes on, watches your live stream and just watches it, and then he keeps complaining about the swearing, but then you give a warning, stupid people's just like that.
What do you think about him, Lorenzo? Give us your honest opinion, bro.
You know what? I think he's a complete fuckwit from Canberra. Honestly, I think he's a little cock-sucking cunt. Why not? Why not?
Shit, man, when Lorenzo gets unleashed, fucking watch out, hey.
I love it when Lorenzo goes off, bro. I think it's hilarious.
Awesome.
I don't think my rant is as good as Nick's, but I've got a small one.
It's up there,
when
bro.
I go off.
Look, I think I don't want to compare the rants and all that, but mine's pretty good. I think mine goes pretty well.
Yeah.
No, mate. Well, I remember. I think it might have been my first or the second time I was fortunate enough to be on your show, and you went through every single Cowboys player that played awfully in a game earlier this season. And Lorenzo and I but Lorenzo and I were just sitting back, and it's like Pandora's box had just opened, and our faces were just fucking melting, man. It was a classic.
Oh, legit, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, straight up, yeah. Fuck.
I'm just chucking a bet on the soccer here. I know it's off topic, and I'm just trying to figure out who's starting for Manchester City. I want to try to see if I can get the first goal scorer. Hey, Josh, mate, who's starting in the fucking for Man City tonight? I want to get on for a first goal scorer, but I don't know who I want to back. Who should I back first goal for Man City? Who? The fuck's he paying? Who'd you say? Oh yeah, Jake Grealish. Oh yeah, we'll back him. It's better fucking get up. All right, I'll just chuck that in my fucking multi. You'll see how we go. Anyway, I've got no fucking idea. We'll see how we go. Anyway, yeah. Look, I think it was the Rabbitohs Cowboys game, Sam, where I went off my rocket. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because I think I went off. I can't remember what game it was.
Yeah.
But just so you guys know, tomorrow night will be the North Queensland Cowboys season review that I'll be doing. I'll be doing that tomorrow night. I've done the Bulldogs one already. You can go check that out on the channel, guys. The Cowboys one will be probably tomorrow night at some stage. Sam, I saw your Cowboys review. I'm about halfway through it because it's a very fucking long video, but I'm about halfway through it at the moment. I'll be checking the rest of it out later on. But, mate, we got a bit to work on next year, so hopefully we can get better. Just reading the chat here. Someone punt on Arizona. I don't even have a fucking clue what you're talking about. Eugene Hill. I've got no idea, mate. I've got absolutely no idea what you're talking about. But, yeah, fuck. All right, let's get Liam on. I think Liam's in the queue. We'll get him on. I think he's the last one on the show tonight, I think. But
All right.
I can't keep up, man. There's that many people sending me messages. I've got no idea.
Hello.
G'day, Liam. How you going, mate?
Good.
Hey, mate.
Hey, man.
Well,
What's going on tonight, mate?
That game was a great game. I thought it was a really good game today. It was
Yeah. In the chat, CJ, ask me that question in 10, 15 minutes and I'll give you an honest opinion on it. Yeah, bro. It was a great game tonight, wasn't it? Very good.
Yeah, I really liked. I thought that really the Panthers really struggled a bit, and they didn't. But Jerome Luai definitely played better than what he stepped up tonight and played better, 10 times better than he did last week. He ran the football and did what he was asked by the coach, Ivan Cleary. Clearly.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. I've been critical of Jerome Luai for a while now, and I'm just glad to see that he had a really good game tonight, and I'm pretty happy he played well. I wanted him to play well. You know, when you play State of Origin football and you fall off a little bit, it's disappointing. So I'm glad he played well tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think the Eels were a bit robbed, or do you think they were beaten fair enough?
I don't really think they were robbed, really. I thought that they definitely weren't robbed. Let's just say that. They definitely had their chances on the Panthers line. They had about 3 or 4 sets in the second half.
I lost count how many sets I had. I counted about 6. I lost count.
They just didn't take their opportunities. You can't count that second, and it was a penalty in my opinion. That 39th minute penalty goal was a penalty. He got him high, at least in my opinion. I saw it high.
It was high and it wasn't high. It was sort of one of those ones where I think you could get away with it, and there was one. It's like you may get pinned for it, but I guess it depends on who the referee is. I think
definitely,
especially with the bunker, I got no idea what they're doing tonight. Absolutely no idea.
Who gave Grant Atkins a go at the bunker tonight? Who gave him a go? Jesus Christ.
They got rid of Henry Perenara because he fucked up a few weeks ago. Now they got Ash. Who was it in there tonight? It was Atkins.
It was Grant Atkins.
Mate, I've had enough of these referees.
They're annoying, but I don't like the name that the Panthers are getting of the penalty Panthers. They're not really that. I don't really like it. I'm not a Penrith fan, but I don't really like the penalty Panthers. Like, Parramatta got to take their loss and just really, really got to stop saying.
I went on a big rant about it before, if you've seen it, and you know a lot of people were really interested in what I had to say about that. But yeah, I think Penrith deserved to win the game. But Parramatta, if I had stole it, I would have fair play to them. You know, I was cheering for Parramatta because I've got lots of friends who go for Parramatta, and I want them to really do well. I want them to win the comp, but you know, they just couldn't get the job done. It was unfortunate for them, but we'll see how they go next year.
Fall short every year. Maybe this is the year, as Fox Sports were saying, maybe this is the year they learn from it. And Brad Arthur and the boys come stronger back next year.
I don't know. I mean, it's the third year in a row they've gone out second week. How many times do you have to learn? I mean, it's a very it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the off season if Brad Harper stays on or not. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
Any questions for us tonight, mate? Any questions for us?
Yeah. Do you think? I definitely think that the Panthers and Manly are gonna. I think actually Panthers Manly grand final. Do you boys think that that's really possible? That's a really possible game, or not really?
I'm throwing money on it. I'm throwing money on it Wednesday. I get paid Wednesday. I will be throwing some money on that.
It's
big time.
It's a good game to get on.
Anyone but Melbourne, mate. There needs to be a t-shirt.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on next year? Do you guys think that I personally like Averillo for the Dogs. Do you guys think that he's actually going to be a future? He's going to be in their halves beyond next year? Or
No, I don't think so. Sam, what do you think, Lorenzo?
He worked his ass off this year, Jake Averillo. I like the cut of his jib, Liam. So yeah, I think he'll definitely be given the first crack at it. But from what happens there, I'm not too sure about the depth of the Bulldogs. Like, as in, I don't know who else is lying in wait for them if it doesn't work out with Averillo and Burton as a combination.
Yeah, Burton's definitely.
See, I think Averillo. I don't know if Averillo is that sort of guy who leads the way, because as a halfback, you have to be doing a lot of talking. You have to be organising the rest of the team on the field, and if Averillo is that sort of guy, like if he has the mouth to kind of be that sort of guy who directs everyone around and leads by example, I don't know if he's that sort of player. I think he's a talented young player, but if he's a halfback and that main man, I'm not sure to be honest. But I think he's got a big future either way.
Yeah, he could be good at somewhere like the Storm if he was given the opportunity there, in my opinion.
Everyone wants to go to the Storm. Everyone wants to go to the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, a couple of Bulldogs are going to the Storm, aren't they?
I've had enough of the Storm.
Yeah, I don't really want to see them be in the grand final this year. Anyone but the Storm. I'd rather Souths. I'd rather any of them three teams go to the grand final.
Vic, mate, you got to get a shirt. It's got to be like NFA at the front and ABM on the back or something, mate. You got to get this organised. Fair dinkum.
Yeah,
well, how many people are going to buy the t-shirt?
Plenty, mate.
All right.
Bloody oath, I will.
I will talk to a few people. I'll try and get some merchandise sorted because I know a few people will be interested in that. But, I can get the corner post t-shirt. I can get the suck the life out of your t-shirt that I always say. I can get the what else can I get? What else? Jump off by my lighthouse t-shirt. I'll get that sorted out as well. They, maybe on the front, it can be like the by my lighthouse, and on the back, jump off by my lighthouse and writing, something like that. The Nick from Australia t-shirt, maybe just NFL on the front or something.
Exactly.
What else can I get sorted out?
Hey, no, compliments to you, man. That's the new logo. The new logo, mate. Looks very smooth.
Yes, the new
very
logo.
Smooth, mate.
Yeah.
People don't like change, but I definitely like the boldness of the new logo.
I need to give a shout out to the bloke that did the logo for me. Actually, let me find him. Hang on. Where is he? He's a very good bloke. Hang on. Where is he? He's here somewhere.
I reckon about $15. $15 a shirt, I reckon. That's fair.
I was talking to him yesterday. I'm trying to find him where I had him on Instagram. Is this him? Oh, here he is. So, shout out to this bloke by the name of Josh. His Instagram name is, I can't even pronounce it, Jilly Mitless 23. So I'll show you guys his Instagram. Give me a sec. All right. That's his Instagram, lads. I don't know if you'd be able to see that. That's the bloke. His name's Josh. You can screenshot it if you want to message him. He's a very good bloke. He made me the new logo for free as well, by the way. Just a very nice bloke. And shout out to Josh for the new logo. It was much appreciated. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, he chucked me a
good
follow
job.
the other day, actually.
Yeah, no, it did. It did very well. I'm really happy. So, full credit to him. Full credit to the boys. Full credit to
Yep.
the boys.
Thanks, mate.
Well, do we think that the Cowboys can push for the 8 if Drinkwater and Townsend gel early?
If they stay injury free and they have a decent draw, then maybe. You got to remember the halfway mark this year. We were in the 8, and then we fell off a cliff because we changed our halves for the third or fourth time. So,
I didn't like the Clifford move.
I don't see why not.
Don't like the Clifford move. It was a great.
No,
It was a roller coaster move. He played crap for the rest of the year. He was probably worst half in the league in my opinion. Then he came back out of nowhere and started playing like he wanted to play like at the Storm or something, and he was leading us to the 8 or whatever.
Mate, we started the year with Morgan at halfback, and he retired in round 2. And Michael Morgan is an elite halfback, so that was a big loss. Then
Ben Hampton came in. Ben Hampton came in.
He
did an okay job, but wasn't a big fan. Then Clifford came in, was combining well.
They swapped and swapped, and then Clifford was out halfway through. Then Tom Dearden came in. Disastrous.
Yep.
Yeah, terrible. Fucking terrible.
Why can't we make the 8 for once without JT? So people stop calling us without JT, people.
We did it without JT in 2017. I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, JT was a big part, but Michael Morgan also could have had a great career if he actually didn't get injured so much.
Yeah, JT was there all year in 2018, and we didn't make it anywhere near the top 8 that year too.
Yeah.
There was fair reasons for that, though. It was a tough year. We had a lot of injuries, and he wasn't at his best. And I think Michael Morgan's injuries as well didn't help, but it is what it is. Any other questions for us, Liam, before we let you go tonight, mate?
So what are our thoughts on the? Obviously, I think that Ash Taylor's signing for the Warriors, if that's true, is a terrible signing. What do we think on it fully? Do we think he will get the number 6 role, or do we think he won't?
I'm going to take my headphones off for the next couple of minutes. Liam, Lorenzo, Nick, I'm just going to... All right, you go ahead, Nick.
Lorenzo, answer the question, please.
I'll keep it nice and short. I'll keep it very nice and short. I think it's a huge mistake.
What the hell are the Warriors doing? What the hell are they doing if this comes to fruition?
Super
They're going
League
backwards, mate.
Super League's where he belongs.
Super League, bro. I agree. I genuinely agree, Liam.
I reckon Centrelink.
Thanks, Liam. Have a great night.
Thanks. No, thank you, Liam. Thank you, man.
Just
You're
like
a legend.
that.
You're a legend. Exactly.
Yeah, he was good.
You're a legend, Liam. Come back, mate.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to go get a glass of Coke. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gee whiz, okay. Manning fought Lorenzo. Holy crap.
well, all I gotta say is they're making a huge mistake.
Go.
No, look, all I'm gonna say is it's a huge mistake. I mean, what, you're gonna let go of CHT Harris DeVito, who has a much bigger, much brighter future than what Ash Taylor ever will have. I mean, what's the point of that? It's just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing there, but honestly, it's hard to tell, really. What are your thoughts?
Well, Sean O'Sullivan's also copped the chop as well, and Canberra in the market for a halfback, and Sean O'Sullivan has shown some good signs. So if I were the Raiders, and if this is true that Sean O'Sullivan is getting the chop, I'd snap him up, mate.
Yeah, good point. It's a good
what
point,
are you talking
actually.
about?
Sean O'Sullivan as a Canberra Raiders option for halfback.
Yeah, makes sense.
If this is true, what the Warriors have done, yeah.
We're getting a phone call. Let's answer the phone call.
Oh!
Who's this?
Hello? Hello? You gonna say anything? Oh,
You're leaving.
you gonna say anything, you little virgin cunt? Hello. All right. Just hang up on me then.
Not
What a
some
coward.
Indian, not an Indian scammer, is it, Nick?
I hope that person runs into a fucking semi-trailer truck on the highway.
Who the
Here we go again. Let's have,
Don't
let's
call
have an answer.
IT.
Good afternoon, you man. Yeah, this is Mr. Ford. Hang up again.
Who is this cunt?
Oh, fuck. Now, what is this?
What's going on, man?
Fuck me. It's the police, is it? Fuck me. Who is this?
Some troll.
Hello. Oh, okay. Well, if I ring back again and I hang up, then I'm just gonna fucking out. Oh, it's the troll. Nate Butler, isn't it? Oh, Nate Butler. Go
Here we
and
go.
fuck your name, you little cunt. Get out of my chat.
Stupid dyslexic motherfucker.
Get out of my chat, you hoofter. Get out.
What?
Get out of my chat. You cocksucking fuck. Go and drink some
Look,
fucking blood.
listen.
You cunt.
Listen, Nate Butler. I hope you wake up with a fucking cardiac arrest, you stupid cunt. Honestly.
Oh! Jesus
Honestly.
Christ!
Wake up in obscurity, you little shit. No, I'm sick of it, mate.
Jesus
Honestly, sick of
Christ!
it.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, boys.
I'm just gonna put my phone on silent mode. Here we go. Will I say anything? You're live on YouTube, mate. You gonna say anything? Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna put it on silent mode now, so I don't have to deal with these idiots. But what a bunch of cowards, eh?
Oh, what a pussy.
Cowards. They're probably just sitting back watching this show right now and going, "Oh, let's prank call the great Nick from Australia and see what he does." Bro, I'm having a laugh. You're not.
Is this
you're
actually
not
what's
gonna
happening,
win.
man? Is this
Yeah.
actually what's happening? That a troll's got your phone number?
Oh, bro, it's probably one of the trolls. It's a long story.
But
I'll
someone's okay. Now talk to me later about it, mate. But
talk to you
let's not
off
give these.
air about it. But it's
Let's
talk
not
about
let's not give these cunts any more attention.
Here we go.
Yeah.
How much more airtime do you want, buddy? This is all right. Well, silence caller ID. I'm just gonna put my phone on silence caller ID. They can't call me. Well, let me just say this: the trolls out there, they want to bash me. They want to do this, do that. Here's the thing: you were all a bunch of virgin pussies. They're probably sitting watching this in their bathrooms. They're probably living on the street and something and looking at the YouTube and go, "Oh, let's prank call this guy. We'll have a laugh out of it." Bro, you're not going to win. The Bear, Nick from Australia, I've already won, bro. It's like a 200-0. It's a fucking bloodbath, bro. Seriously, go and suck the juice out of your mum's belly button and tit, you absolute dead cunt. Go and clean your dad's asshole with your face, you fuck. Get off my channel and go.
Go fucking in.
Yeah, good enough. Anyway, let's move on from the clowns. My phone's now on silenced caller ID, so they can't contact me now.
Yeah.
Always got a
That's
plan
it.
B. But yeah, fuck, mate. It's been a good Saturday night, boys. I've really enjoyed tonight. We'll keep talking for a bit longer. We can talk about a couple other things. But Sam, mate, do you have any plans in the off season for when the NRL ends, like for videos and stuff?
Yeah, I do. Well, thank you for asking. Yeah, so I will probably at this point in time create probably 3 more NRL related videos throughout the off season. I'm not going to go through every NRL team season review. I'll leave that to people who follow their personal clubs, and I'm going to focus more on the NFL. And definitely. And and then I'll probably take a break from about February, and then come back with a preview for the NRL season, and then a Cowboys season preview. But I'm going to mainly focus on NFL, which has been an amazing start. I don't know if you guys follow it, but the first week the first 2 weeks have been amazing in the NFL, man.
Lorenzo, do you have any plans in the off season?
I've got a very exciting video coming up. Actually, it's gonna be a really big one. It's basically just a bit of a story, sort of. It's basically how I was there to experience the whole redemption of Manly season, like just from the first 4 losses of the year, and just everything that happened during that week when Manly beat the Warriors, like how I got convinced to go to the game, how like what happened, like when I met Entertainment House, just everything that happened on that day, just leading up to it. It's just gonna be a very big video when I knew that Manly changed their season, just being there when Manly changed their season, but pretty much just the whole story about that.
I cannot fucking wait for that, bro. That's going to be unbelievable.
It's
Just
gonna
in
be
the
huge.
chat real quick, CT Dingo, have I answered CJ's question about Ash Taylor to the Warriors? No, I haven't. I just decided to walk out. But look, if the Warriors sign Ash Taylor, it'll be the biggest waste of money that they have ever done in their history. Look, I don't need to bash Ash Taylor because I've done it enough this year and I've done it enough for so many years now. But here's the thing. Ash Failure might be the worst NRL half I have ever seen in my entire life. I would rather a 45-year-old Daniel Mortimer and a 45-year-old Josh McCrone in my halves than Ash Failure. I think he's an absolute dead shit, a complete drone, a drop kick. I hope he goes to Woolworths and he buys about $70 worth of food. And when he takes it to his car, I hope the trolley breaks and he loses all his fucking money and all that. I don't really give 2 fucks about Ash Failure. I think he's one of the worst players I've ever seen. Terrible.
Fair
And
call.
people are saying, "Oh, send him to Super League." Super League wouldn't fucking take him. He wouldn't go well over there either. I think his best job is to play local footy for his town. That'll be his best option.
Or any
I think it's terrible.
administrators of Centrelink.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Administrator of Centrelink.
Administrators, yeah.
But seriously, what's the thinking? I've gone on record this year to say that next season is the biggest year in the Warriors' history of the club. It absolutely is. Now, I said that before knowing that they were going to be permanently based or 3/4 based in Redcliffe next season. They're going to let go of Sean O'Sullivan and Chanel Harris-Tavita for Sean Johnson, who is injury prone like a motherfucker, with all due respect, but it's true. And Ash Taylor, you've already said your piece, and I agree with that piece. What the fuck is the thinking at the Warriors, man?
No idea. I don't understand what they're doing. Someone just said, "What about Corey Norman?" Fuck. Where was he?
Jesus Christ.
Is Corey Norman going to get a
No
club?
idea.
Like, fuck.
I don't think so.
Good
No
Lord.
idea about him.
I think Corey Norman will be the fucking food manager at fucking Spa, the shopping centre. He'll be the food manager of the Spa. The poor cunt.
You know what? He'd be lucky to get a job at Macca's at this rate. Seriously, honestly.
I think Corey Norman would be good as a baker or something. I don't know. He can be a baker for a bakery. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Corey Norman, but
I think he might just be a lucky at bikie gang, mate. And he'll just do all them dirty ass chores, won't he?
who knows? Who knows what Corey Norman's going to
Who
do?
knows?
Absolute bludger of a player.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you
Absolute
what,
bludger.
the Warriors for me as well need a hooker. They need they should throw not the money at Joseph Manu. They should throw money at Brandon Smith to be their hooker. I think you've already got Reece Walsh there, and I think Brandon Smith should go over the ditch and be the Warriors hooker. That's why I reckon they should.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
with this Warriors Brendan Smith shit.
Oh, what? What's up, bro? No, I haven't heard anything.
I've been hearing that for years. Too long. Every year the
Really?
Warriors are like, "Oh, Brandon Smith to the Warriors, Brandon Smith to the Warriors." Never happens. I hear it every year, I think.
Yeah, there's been heaps of rumors about it.
Every
but
year it happens.
never
Oh,
been-
yeah,
Oh,
I've never heard of it. True.
Really?
True.
Really?
No, I've never, honest to God, never heard that before. I just
Oh,
thought I was just a genius and I was just making up a great idea then and there.
It would
No,
be a
no,
great idea. It would be genius. It definitely would be genius. But yeah, the Warriors are a very weird team. You don't know what they're going to do. The Warriors are like a really hard puzzle. The Warriors remind me of a fucking Rubik's Cube. They're very hard to get a read on. You don't know what the fuck they're going to do. You really don't know.
Yep.
It's either you're going to pass the Rubik's Cube really, really quickly. You'll be able to do it within a minute. They'll be in the top 8. If they fail, they'll be fucking 12th or wherever they always finish. I can't get a read on the Warriors.
Yeah, and
same here.
yeah, and Paddy G, mate, he asked who you're looking forward to watching next year. Roosters for me, man. Fucking hell, Roosters are going to be so dominant next year, I think. And it's amazing that Trent Robinson has turned that club into not my second favourite team, but gee whiz, I like what they're fucking doing at Bondi.
Yeah, me too. I love it. I absolutely love what they're doing. I'm with you.
Look, just imagine the Roosters with Keary, Sam Walker as their halves, and they get Manu back. They're going to be a top
Tedesco.
3 side at least. Yeah, Tedesco, yeah. They're going to be a top 3 side at least next year, in my opinion. And
Lindsay Collins, Hargraves, Takiyaho, Tupanua, Crichton, Radley, the Butcher brothers, Fletcher Baker, Hutchison, Adam Kieran, Sam Verrills, Ben Marshke,
Sawali.
Ikavalu, Joseph Sawali.
Wally.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in for a good year, I reckon.
I'm very, very worried. They're going to be so hard to stop. They'll be top 4 for sure next year.
I think Joseph Sawali is only about 2 or 3 years older than me, so that's pretty crazy to think.
Far out,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Also, I want to give a shout out to rugby league history. It's his birthday today over there in England. So I want to give a massive shout out and a massive happy birthday to one of the greatest rugby league YouTube content creators on the planet in rugby league history. I think he's one of the greatest rugby league minds I've ever seen. You know, I think he's got a rugby league mind that I wish I had. He's a fucking legend in my opinion, and I think they should have a statue outside in England where he lives. I think it's a legend, bro. I believe, you know, he's one of the greatest rugby league YouTubers I've ever seen, and you know, he does all his videos on a fucking mobile phone, which is unbelievable. So shout out to rugby league history. Happy birthday! What a legend! Absolute legend.
Absolutely well said, mate. Well said. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday,
He's
Dean.
one bloke I'd love to have a beer with.
Oh, dude, 1,000%, man. If he ever came back to Australia, or if we ever went over to England, man, for sure, man, I'd buy half the fucking pub and just drink it all, soak it all up.
Well, if rugby league history ever comes back to Australia, I'm going to fucking personally fly to Sydney and we'll go meet up at the Newtown pub and we'll all meet up there and just get blind drunk. It'll be a great time. It'll be fun.
And speaking of meeting up, are we still all on for Magic Round in Brisbane next year, if it's to go ahead?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll be there.
Absolutely.
Just make sure you get the little jab first, otherwise they won't let you in.
Yeah.
I'll be getting mine in about 2 weeks, I think. I think September 30 is when I'm getting my jab, so I'll be ready for that.
Well, they just sent a bunch of because we're back in lockdown. Littlemore's in lockdown till Thursday. Hopefully it ends on Thursday. I think we got a bit more Pfizer up here now, so I might book mine in this week. Hopefully, we'll see how we go. But yeah, I want to get my jab very soon. Obviously, a lot of people in the chat won't want to get the vaccine, and that's your own choice. That's fair enough. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have it. But you know, to be able to go to the footy, to be able to do things, to be able to go to different parts of Australia, you know, to get across the border of some places, you're going to have the jab, or they're not going to fucking let you in. So I
want to go to the fucking football, man.
I want to go to Magic Round and get drunk with all the punters. I want to hang out with all the lads, you know. So I'll be getting my jab hopefully this week or the week after. I'm going to book in for it. I'm going to see if I can get in. I tried to get in the other day where I work, but they're only selling AstraZeneca, and I don't really want to get AstraZeneca because, well, fuck that.
It's risky.
I've heard a lot of bad stories about AstraZeneca, but Pfizer's has been pretty good. So I'm happy to get Pfizer.
Yeah, I
Same
got
here, same here.
I got mine last week, and unfortunately I woke up and I didn't have any Spider-Man powers. So yeah, I'll hope for the next one. Hopefully that will
Was
give
there
me
any
some
side
Spider-Man
effects or
powers.
all good? Any side effects?
No, man, just a sore arm for 2 days, and even that
Well,
was
that's
very
fine.
minimal. Fine, man. It's like
Yeah.
someone punched me in the arm and it was just a cork.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had needles before. It's not that bad.
No, exactly.
Yeah. No, look, I've got a few people that told me that all they had was a sore arm, and that's about it. Some people had a few other different side effects, but everyone's different. Everyone has a different, immune system. We got another troll in the chat by the name of Alex Nielsen. Fuck's sake, mate.
Rip
Honestly.
Oh, really?
What does he say? Rip Lorenzo. Hey,
Oh,
Alex,
no.
go and fuck yourself, you little cunt. I hope you wake up and you see your mum's head chopped off next to your bedside table, you dumb freak.
Oh!
Go fuck yourself. Then we'll see who you'll be saying R.I.P. to, you little shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, say that, cunt.
Fuck's
Oh.
sake, man. Lorenzo Unleashed. That should be your shirt, Lorenzo. Just Lorenzo Unleashed. That's what it
Hey,
should
why
be,
not?
bro.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah, yep. Or sorry, Parenzo Vids Unleashed.
Lorenzo,
Sorry.
yes, yep.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, entertain us. I will do that, bro.
Oh,
Oh, and National Sports Side in the chat. Nick, will you come to Sydney next year for a match, mate? Because I want to meet you in person. Mate, if the lockdown is ended and everything's good, then yeah, I'll be there. I'm just going to make Entertain House a mod. Hang on. Make mod, add moderator. Boom. Entertain House, you are now a mod in the chat.
Good stuff.
Entertain House, one of the goats. Lorenzo just went on a whole different level. Yes, he did. Entertain us in the chat. Nick, you got to do NRL card videos in 2022. Well, that's a possibility. I'm not gonna rule it out, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, Entertain Us is back as a mod. I'll go through the list later tonight and I'll see who I can make as mods. I don't want to have a lot of people as mods because a lot of people before I had about 12 mods and it just went chaos. So I'll go through it and figure it out. Obviously, I'll make all the personal people that I'm mates with a moderator. But yeah. Liam says, Nick, I have probably met you like 2 or 3 times without knowing it. That wouldn't surprise me. I remember might have been the All-Star game actually, where I met this fan. I think it was the All-Star game in 2020. I was leaving the ground. I was with Always Brisbane Broncos, and I was with the King Luther, and this kid came up to me, and like he come over to me, he hit me on the arm, and I'm going, who the fuck did that? I was about to walk around and take a swing. That said, I was walking up the stairs. I was leaving C-bus. I was getting ready to get back on the bus to get back there. Some kid walks up to me. He punched me in the arm. I'm going, who the fuck's that? You little cunt. I turn around, and then he fucking hides. I'm like, where is this little cunt? And then his dad comes over to me and he goes, oh, my son hit you on the arm. I'm sorry. He wants to get a photo with you. And I'm going, oh, that's all right. And there was 2 kids. I got a photo with them, and my arm was sore for a good day. I'm like, fuck, my arm. Fuck.
Jesus
He
Christ.
came to me and he went, whack. What there? I'm like, you fuck.
seriously, man?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a good time.
I'm a fan of you. Fucking smack.
Bro, he walked up to me. He punched me in the arm. I turned around. I'm like, where did that little cunt go? Who the fuck was that? Because I was mad. Like, who the fuck did this? Let's go now. Come on. We're going to have a fight. Come on. I'll throw you in front of a bus. Whatever. I was fuming. And then dad came over to me and goes, oh, sorry, mate. That was my son. Sorry. The big fans of you on the YouTube, whatever you're saying. I was talking real quick. He goes, oh, my son's a fan of you on the YouTube. Can I get a photo? I'm like, oh, yeah, all right, sure. Got a photo with him. Mate, I felt great because it was great. It was the first time someone came up to me and got a photo.
How How old was he? How old was he, do you reckon?
Fuck. That would have been 12, 13. They were young.
Like 12 or 13, yeah, right.
Year
yeah.
7, year 8.
Probably wouldn't have been
You know, they
good
were
if
young.
you beat up a minor or someone like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I don't know who it was. I thought it was someone that was coming over to me. He's like, you talk too much shit in the corner
That's
post.
so
Fuck
funny.
you, Nick. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck my arm. Fuck, it was
What
sore.
a
And
welcoming,
then,
mate.
and then we got back to the car, and mate, I had to drive back from Gold Coast to Lismore. Fuck my arm. I was like, oh fuck my arm.
With
was
one
sore.
arm.
Yeah, my arm was sore.
Mm.
So then we as we were driving past, we're leaving Seabass. We're out. We're back on the road, and it was like it would have been 10 o'clock in Queensland, 11 o'clock. No, hang on. No, hang on. Let me get it right. It would have been about 10:50 p.m. in fucking Queensland, but 11:50 back in New South Wales. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to the pub. So we went to the pub. So I was like, you know what? I don't care if I get home at 2 a.m. I want to go to the pub. Went to the pub, chucked in about $100 in the pokies, lost, wasn't happy. Got 2 features. I think one of them was about $20 and the other one was about $14. And it was a crazy time. And you know, I lost money, and then I went, you know what? I've only got about $70 left in my name. Fuck, I'm gonna put another 40 in. Put another 40 in the machine. Check my bank account. There's about $25 left in the bank. I'm going, fuck. I gotta get petrol yet. And I was just going crazy on the punt. And then chucked it in. Got a winner. $200 win because I got the mini, which was paying. The mini was $100. And then I got a feature which was about 52. Took the 150 out. I went, you know what? Fuck this. We're getting out of here. And then left. But yeah, good fun.
Nice, man.
Entertain House says, send you all a pic of my NRL card collection on Facebook. Try not to nut, boys. Yeah, I'll check it soon.
Hang on. What did he send me?
I got a notification as well. I can't check it out right now, bro.
I'll check later on.
Entertain House's photos, signatures.
All
Fuck,
right.
mate, how good's that?
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, great collection.
I'll zoom in. Wow.
Not bad.
Yeah. Entertain House. He said it's worth over $2,000. Fuck. Wow.
How about
Lots
that?
of money. Lots of money. And Entertain House is worth $2,000.
Worth more than that, mate. These days, isn't he? He's doing pretty well for himself.
You guys should have came to Magic Round earlier this year, bro. It was such a fucking good time. Magic Round was so good.
Now, what the hell was happening?
You would have been in Canberra.
Yeah, no, we were pretty relatively free of we were free of everything back then, mate.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think there were cases in New South Wales, but they weren't like, hundreds.
Major. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was fun.
I don't think New South Wales exploded until about a month after Magic Round as well, man.
Yeah, about a month. Yeah, it wasn't long. It wasn't long after that, and then everything went to shit. Good fun,
I just on a story of pokies, mate. I was at the local many years ago now, and it was just me and my mate, and we were probably. He was about 2 beers in, and I was the one that was drinking, and we got some money back. Only like another $20 after we put in, 100. So I walked away with a $20 profit sort of thing. But there was this. I don't even know if I should be telling this story. There was this 50 or 60-year-old woman who came up to us and said, "Oh, you guys look like that. You're winning really big," and she was a very attractive older-looking woman, and I was like, "Yeah, we are," knowing full well that I've only made a $20 profit off $100 sort of thing. She goes, "Oh, why don't you two come back to my house?" And so I looked at my friend and he was like, "Come on, man, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to drive you to this random bitch's home." So anyway, we hopped in the car. I convinced my mate to go off to this lady's house. We ended up going to this lady's house, man. And we open up the door, and her 3 sons are sitting in the garage, and they interrogated us. So we walked into the garage. I'm like, so why are you here with our mum for? Well, we were just we met that. So what are you going to do to our mum? Let's fucking go, bro. So we jumped out of the garage, man, and we bolted, man. Hopped in the car. And we're like, what the fuck was that? What was that? Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
There's a bit more detail to it, but yeah, that's pretty much what happened, dude. Just a random innocent night at the pokies with a mate, and you never know. You never know, Lorenzo. You keep that in mind when you turn 18, my man. You just
No,
never
2
fucking
years.
know, mate.
2
You
years.
never know.
I'll find out in 2 years.
I just want to entertain us. Comment in the chat. Says Nick, remember the junkie from Magic Round that said keep walking? Hayden, I'm just trying to remember where were we when that happened. I'm trying to think. I think it was
That's
me,
good straight.
it was you, and I think was it Emily that was there as well? Was it the 3 of us, or was Josh and was it with us as well? I'm trying to remember. Someone said keep walking. I think I was about to fight the cunt. I was fuming. I'm trying to remember because I got really fucking angry because I think we were walking, right? Oh, yes, now I remember. It just come to my mind. Yes. On the Saturday night, Entertain House and me and Entertain House's Mrs. Emily, me and Josh, my brother, it was in Broncos, we're walking back to Entertain House's hotel, and we're just going to chill there and get a fucking Uber back to our hotel, which was over at Camp Hill. And what happened was, I think Entertain House and Entertain House's girlfriend were about to go upstairs, and this woman, she comes right up to me, and she looks at me, and she goes, what'd she say? She said like, she's like, get lost or something. She said fucking, she's like, keep walking. And then she kept talking to this bloke that was like outside the hotel or near the road, and he was looking at us real sus. And I said to Hayden and Emily and Josh, I said, this fucking bitch comes over to me again and does that, I'm going to fucking grab her by the head. I'm going to throw her in front of the car. I was so mad because we're just walking, minding our own business, you know. Yep. I'm walking with a friend, with his girlfriend, to the hotel just to fucking get a lift back to our hotel, which was Camp Hill, which was about 20-minute drive. So she's going off her rocket, and then I think Entertain House was like outside the reception area talking to this other lady, and I came back up talking to him, and I said, if this fucking woman says one more fucking thing, I'm gonna absolutely snap. I'm gonna go off my rocket. I don't care if I throw her in front of a bus. I don't care. So then she sort of walked down the street a little bit, talking to this other bloke. I'm going, here we go. This is going to be 2-on-1. Fuck this. And then I think what happened was, I can't remember if I abused her back. I think I told her to fuck off. I can't really remember. Entertain House will tell me in the chat. I think I told her to fuck off. And she was off her rocket. And then I think my phone was about to die, and so was Josh's. And we were trying to get Uber, and Uber kept fucking cancelling on us. So we spent like $30, $40 on Ubers. I just kept cancelling. It was fucked. And then eventually we got a fucking Uber. I think we ended up walking up the road a little bit, me and Josh. And then I'm like, if this woman comes around with anything, I'm just going to go crazy on her. And this other bloke as well. And I think we got picked up eventually up the road, and then we got back, and then I think I messaged Entertain Us when I got back. I said, bro, thanks for fucking standing outside, because if it had got crazy, you might have had to jump in, and it would have been fucking crazy. But it was a terrible scene. It was terrible to be in, because we're just walking back the hotel, minding our own fucking business. And then she comes up off her head, using us, keep walking, fuck you. And I turned around and said, go fuck yourself. I told her, I said something to her, I swore at her. I do know that. But Jesus Christ, I thought it was going to be a fight in Brisbane. That was crazy as fuck. I was not happy.
That's ridiculous, I think. That's
Mate,
crazy.
I was that close to fucking grabbing her hair and throwing her on the fucking road. And seriously, I was that close. I was going to put her head in the phone box and just go, fuck this.
Well, yeah.
Someone in the chat says,
that's a junkie for you.
Junkies, bro, the fucking disgusting filth. I'll tell you that much. Nick, did
Filthy,
I ever
yeah.
tell you on my carpool of a 60-year-old lady to Canberra? What the fuck? No, I don't think you told me that. Jesus Christ. But here's the thing. A bit of advice for anyone out there. If you ever go to Magic Round, and a lady comes up to you and she's off her head and she's abusing you, here's some advice. Tell her to go get fucked and just keep walking. But I'm telling you, if she took a swing at me, I would have had to resolve myself in self-defense. But horrible.
For me personally, not that I've ever been in this situation, but I'm sorry if I trigger anyone. In my opinion, if there's a lady, even with a closed fist with a diamond ring on, or if she's got her stilettos off and she's bashing you, if she smacks you 3 to 4 times, then that's it. That's game over. You have to defend yourself, otherwise your eye will be hanging out of your eye socket.
Yeah.
I'm not saying punch her. I'm saying after 3 or 4 hits, in my opinion, men are allowed to then defend themselves against a woman by just about any means necessary. That's just my opinion. That's
Mate,
just
as far as I'm concerned, if you are walking in the street, whether it be day or night, a woman comes up to you and says, fuck off, and you did nothing to her like I did, if she takes a swing and hits you, you have every right to defend yourself because it's self-defense. You don't know, she might pull out a knife. She might pull out a bat. You don't know what the fuck she's carrying. So defend yourself at all costs. But if she had to take a swing, I wouldn't have punched her. I would have grabbed her arm and just threw her on the ground. That's all I would have done. I wouldn't have fucking went up and
that's fair.
I wouldn't have done that. But I would have grabbed her arm and threw her on the ground and then just took off.
I would have just pushed or shoved. I think I wouldn't, do anything major.
You don't want to punch a woman because you can get in a lot of trouble for it. But if you grab their arm and say, "Don't do it," because it'll get ugly. But the rules are crazy, I guess. Absolutely crazy.
Oh, but there are plenty of bouncers, mate, that have to cop some serious bullshit from some very difficult men and females. And I remember this one instance where there's this massive 6'6", bald, bearded, massive human being, and this woman got into her face, pointing the finger in his face and whatnot, and he just had enough and went like that across her face. Not a punch, it was a slap. And everyone's sound just muted. And she's like, it's like she accepted it to her credit, and she walked away, and he just said, "Grow up, you fucking grow up, all right, at your age," sort of thing. He said, and again, a full credit to the tough bitch. She bloody took it, and there is definitely a point where, in my opinion, a man is allowed to defend himself, and any woman or man that says that men are not allowed to defend themselves at any stage, in my opinion, are wrong, because a woman still has the ability to kill me, to kill you. But I don't even know how we got on this conversation, bro. It's a rugby league, so I don't know how we got here.
The last thing I would say, because that entertainers asked me, remember that crackhead from Magic Round. But here's the thing, look. Last thing I'll say on it, if a woman punches you in the face on purpose for no fucking reason, defend yourself. That's all you can do. That's all I'm going to say. You're not going to stand there and take it. Fuck that. Anyway, let's talk about something else. The Bundy chick's in the chat. The Bundy chick.
Wow.
She says, go Manly next week.
Lorenzo, she would have punched Lorenzo in the face right now if they were face to face, wouldn't she?
Oh, she'll go to jail for assault. How old is she?
I don't know, but at least when she messaged me about the Manly Roosters game, she was pretty, not salty about it, which is a good thing. She was, pretty calm about it.
She's the champion. She's the champion.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, definitely.
The Bunny chick has taken it on the chin. All right. What's our grand final prediction? So I'm going to go with a Seagulls versus Panthers grand final. I said it at the start of the final series. I'm still going to go with that. Sam, what are you going with?
Melbourne versus Souths.
All right, we're going the complete opposite. All right, Lorenzo, what are you going with, brother?
Manly Melbourne.
All right, we've all got something different. So let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting over the weekend. Me and Paddy G will rub it in everyone's face if we get Manly versus Penrith, sorry. If we get Melbourne versus South, the two favourites, Sam will give it to me and Paddy. If Lorenzo's right, he can just call himself a genius and have a statue outside Brookvale Oval or something. I don't know.
Give me my customized crown.
Customized crown. Yeah. Someone in the chat said, who do I reckon is going to win the Super League? I think CJ asked that before. Well, Super League final start next week as well. That start Friday night, I believe.
Yep.
I think it'll be a Catalans versus St. Helens grand final, but I really, really like Warrington, especially with George Williams. Ever since he's gone there, he has been simply world class. So I'm going to go with Catalans versus St. Helens. Warrington's the dark horse. And if I had to throw another team in the mix, I think Leeds are a very dangerous team because they are getting players back at the right time and looking good. Wigan as well. They had a big win over Catalans last night and a bit of an upset. But I'm going to go with a Catalans versus St. Helens grand final. Lorenzo, what are you going with?
Yeah, I agree, actually. I think Catalans and St. Helens. I think, obviously, I go for St. Helens. And obviously, look, I mean, I can't be biased in saying that, St. Helens or at least be in the grand final. I think they'll be there for sure because, we all know what they're like in the Super League. They're basically the Melbourne Storm of the Super League, pretty much. And Catalans, they've been great all season. I think Catalans, at the start of the year, I wasn't expecting Catalans to be where they are right now, but they've been fantastic this year. And, props to them. I think that's the grand final, in my opinion, so I agree with Nick.
Entertain House is saying Wigan. I think Wigan's a chance, but the problem with Wigan, they have got a lot of injuries, which has really hurt them. They're getting a few back, but I think Wigan this year remind me of the Roosters. A lot of injuries, but still up there and doing very well. Isaiah, the Aussie, says boring in capital letters. Are you referring to the Super League? There's no way the Super League is boring. Bro, I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys here, and I want your honest opinion. I think the Super League is a more open and more better. Okay, let me rephrase that. The NRL is obviously the best competition with players and stuff like that, but the Super League, the way the Super League's refereed and the way it's done is so much better than what the NRL do. Lorenzo, what do you think?
No, look, obviously Super League is not as great as what the NRL is, but it's a good competition. It's easier for people like for example, I'm just saying, people like Brodie Croft and potentially Corey Norman, those sort of players who could go there next year. I think it helps them, to be honest, those sort of players to get their confidence up in a much more easier competition. And yeah, I think it just benefits those players more and really helps. I think it's a good competition, I think.
Well, Zaire in the chat saying that he hates it. Well, explain to me why you hate it, bro. It's a very, very good competition. They referee the game straight down the middle. I think it's a great competition. They let the players decide the game. The 6 again is used over there, but it isn't overkill. I find it a very good competition, bro. Last night, I went to bed at 7 a.m. I stayed up all night to watch the Super League. I watched the game at 4:45 a.m. It was Leeds versus Hull KR, even though it was a one-sided game. I stayed up all night and watched it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great comp.
Yeah,
it's a great
sure.
Comp. Sam, how many games have you seen of Super League? You haven't seen many, have you?
I admit that I've fallen to the trap and the misconception that back in the early 2000s that it was an inferior competition, and I guess that stigma is just stuck in my mind pretty much up until late last year, and especially this year. I watched that Challenge Cup final, and that was for 3/4 of the game sensational. That was a sensational game of rugby league, and there was a stark difference. It was definitely more free flowing, and but whilst it was faster, I don't like that there were no scrums when the ball goes out of play. That's just me. Maybe I just have grown up on
They're pointless.
the normal way.
I reckon they're pointless.
Yeah. I like me. I like me scrums in the NRL, but in any event, it was a great spectacle, and I understand when people say it is certainly a more free flowing product
It is,
over
definitely.
the Super League.
Less penalties, less hexagons, more free flowing. Some of the hits, Jesus Christ, unbelievable. Entertainer says,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, Wigan vs Warrington. It was a great game. I think it was the Magic weekend. It was such a great game, cracking game, low scoring
I
thriller.
saw that.
Zaya says, to be fair, I have not watched one game. Well, how can you say it's a shit competition if you haven't watched one game? That's pretty fucking stupid, Zaya. Come on, mate. Pick up your game a bit, mate. It's a great competition, man. Fantastic. All right, guys. I reckon I might wrap up tonight. We've just gone over the 2 hour mark. I think it's been a good show.
No worries. Yeah,
It's been
definitely,
good.
man.
Loved it. Fantastic.
It's been
Thanks
very
again,
good.
Nick and
As
Sam.
always, it's always a good show tonight, and I think it's been a really good time. I've had a good time. It's always good fun. But thanks everyone that jumped on the show tonight. Really appreciate it. Thanks everyone in the chat. Shout out to the chat. You guys are outstanding, and you guys are the ones that keep the show entertained, and you guys always entertain yourselves. And to everyone that was there from the get go, I really appreciate it. And everyone that took time out of their night to watch the show tonight, it's much appreciated. But guys, that's it for tonight. Have a fantastic Sunday morning now, 12:52 a.m. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, lads.
Good night, Nick. Good night, Bruinzo.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.